because I like the bark when you shred a whole, or like when you pull a whole pork butt, but it always feels like you're hunting for them. You know, it's like the croutons in a salad.
Oh,
you're like, crouton, you get excited about that bite.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing with the bark. Sometimes it's just gone pretty quick. Everybody goes for it, and all you got's left is
the middle.
Yeah, but it was just all through. It was good.
Welcome to another podcast. I'm Kosmo, Sidekick Wes.
Sidekick.
What's up, bro?
What's up?
Not much, man. Today's podcast is going to be about twice the bark on pulled pork. But before we get started, shout out to the Good clothing line for sending me all this sweet new merch.
They have not sent me anything. I just want to say that. Everything I have to give back.
I usually don't wear colors like this. I'm like black, you know.
Yeah, it's the uniform.
How does this look?
It looks good.
My wife says it really complements my skin and my eyes.
That was nice of her to say. How'd you feel after hearing that?
We didn't talk like that when I
Have you ever felt anything?
Shut up.
What is it?
No, I don't. Not to my wife.
No, it's
not shut up to my wife. But you know, when I was growing up,
somebody complimented you,
it was put your church clothes on and stay on the front porch till we go to church or court or funeral.
Sure.
And then the second you got home, put it up.
Yeah. Don't play. Do not pass go.
You know, twice the bark on pulled pork. I'm not going to say that I invented pork burn-ins, but I can say beyond confidence that I don't know of anyone doing it before me in competition.
Oh, you're talking about cutting burn-ins out of what we did.
Cutting burn-ins out of.
That would have been the time to do it, though.
I didn't cut them out of pork belly. I think somebody took that and upgraded that. I cut them out of
pork butt.
Pork butt.
Oh, I've seen you do it with, well, maybe not. Those are just chunks, I guess.
Well, I did them with money muscles, too.
Yeah.
Actually, it started with money muscle.
We did a whole video on that.
Yeah. But
somewhere.
I'm not saying, I always think I'm acclaimed. I do a lot of, I'm an inventor. You know?
I'm an entrepreneur.
I invent a lot of shit.
I invent things.
Truth be known, I'm lazy son of a bitch that invents a lot of shit.
A mad scientist.
So, I'm not going to say I did, but.
If I had.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. But when it comes to twice the bark on pulled pork, there's no one doing it on the internet that I've seen. Not that I see everything on the internet, but this was an idea that actually got brought to me by my boy Donnie Teal when we were talking about something, and I was like, holy shit, man, I'm going to fillet that. And so just for context, so everybody knows, I take a pulled pork butt, and I slice it in half almost to the end, and then I fold it open.
Season both sides real
Season
good.
both sides and rock and roll. And, well, you had it.
Oh, it's great.
It's literally twice the bark.
You probably got the rest of it in the truck, don't you?
I damn sure do.
Golly.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it's going to the lake house.
You know who's not going to the lake house? Me.
Well, you wouldn't go anyway, truth be known.
I got shit to do.
But
today's a work day for me. I'm sorry.
What? That is true.
Over here in his golf shirt, going to the lake.
What were your thoughts when we did that the first time?
When we did it the first time?
Yeah.
I wasn't there for that one either. You cooked that one at the house.
Oh,
you did it on the Weber.
Right. I did it on the Weber.
And you and Jamie made that. I think that was the one you shot in manual focus. Is that the one you shot in manual focus?
I don't know. I can't see shit now.
It was one of those. I can't remember which one it was, but no, that one. You guys made tacos out of it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that it's not, when you look for it, it doesn't say double the bark, you know.
Right. Well,
but you cooked it on the Weber.
Yeah, I cooked it on the Weber. The one thing I didn't take into consideration back then is when you flay it out like that, you got to be careful because you'll dry that thing out.
Yeah.
So this time, we injected the piss out of it, and it was freaking juicy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was good. It was real good. Yeah, because I like the bark when you shred a whole, or like when you pull a whole pork butt, but it always feels like you're hunting for them. You know, it's like the croutons in a salad.
Oh,
you're like,
yeah.
ooh, crouton, you get excited about that bite.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing with the bark. Sometimes it's just gone pretty quick. Everybody goes for it, and all you got's left is
the middle.
Yeah, but it was just all through. It was good.
No, it was every bite. Every bite. You see, the sandwich I made was like nothing but burnt. You know, the bark.
It was good, and the sweet honey pecan on it was really good.
Yeah, yeah, and that slaw that we make.
I'm glad you did it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's.
You made it sound like it was a lot of work, and it was like 3 things in a bowl. We just don't have time.
Well, when I was a kid making that slaw, we made 50-pound batches.
Golly.
And
how long would that last?
Probably 3-4 days.
Man, 50 pounds. That's serious.
We would stir it with our hand.
Man.
That's back before, you know, gluten
germs,
allergies and shit like that.
Back before germs.
Yeah. Yeah, no one had problems back then. There wasn't no peanut butter allergies or none of that.
Yeah, all those kids died. They ate peanut butter and keeled over.
What started all that? Like, there was no one with, I mean.
It's like Alex Jones. They got chemicals in the water, turns the frogs gay.
I literally never heard of a peanut allergy until I was probably in my 30s.
Really?
Yeah.
I had a cousin that had one.
Well, we have 2 people on our staff that have them.
Really?
Yeah, so when they're on set, like, we have to.
Oh, I didn't even.
We really go through the recipes and go, okay, no, you know.
Oh, I needed to know that. I could have poisoned somebody.
No, we're not going to poison them. I need them. But, you know, I started, you know, what's gluten free, you know, no peanuts, no seeds. One of them has seed allergy, I believe. So
golly, what can they eat?
I don't know.
I had a buddy that did an allergy test. He was sick as a dog, and the doctor came in. So, well, son, it'd be easier to tell you what you aren't allergic to. So I'm going to start there. Son, you're allergic to everything except corn and horses. And that was his diagnosis.
Jeez. Meat?
Everything except corn and horses.
Beef?
I guess. Poor soul. He's doing all right now.
My gosh.
Anyway, double the bark was...
so we injected it, mixed the injection, half a cup of pork injection to a tablespoon of Moisture Magic, 25 ounces of water, shook it up, and inject the shit out of it.
Yeah, it was floating away.
Yeah.
We had to put it in a pan.
Rubbed it with Dirty Bird Hot and sweet honey pecan. And, man, that sweet honey pecan, I go heavy on pork with that.
You do. You always have.
Smoked it on the Traeger, put it on at 7 p.m., took it off at 7 a.m., wrapped it, cooked it for another, it's about 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
It took a while to come up.
Yeah. Total time, I think I had, 15 hours in the cook, and I love cooking on that Traeger overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Time out. I should, did you see last week the clip that they cut out of our podcast?
You got canceled.
Where it made it look like I hate pellet cookers?
I may have seen that.
So for those of those that don't know where we're from, we say, hey, man, go get that shit over there. And apparently in the podcast, I said, you know, everybody's cooking on that shit. And fuck me. You would have thought I was clubbing baby seals in the street.
They're coming for you.
You would have thought that I had classified documents in my garage. And they as long as you give them back perfectly,
willfully, it's okay.
I started just getting roasted on TikTok.
Oh,
and I thought, well, this guy doesn't even know me, you know. And then I go back and I never watched it, by the way. I just went, hey, you know, somebody attacks me, I'm out of. I don't care. At that point, it's on site. I do not care. And I jumped on and said, you know, it's weird how you take a segment out of a podcast and make it look like, and
you said you got CNN.
And then I got CNN
as a verb.
I went and looked at the video he was talking about after the fact, and sure shit, man, it made it sound like I was like, I've never been CNN.
I mean, I'm not saying pellet cookers are bad in any way, shape, or form. But I was telling Braden yesterday, he didn't cook barbecue. He was asking lots of questions, the guy that helped us on the video shoot. And he was like, so what do you cook on this and why? And I was like, well, that's a pellet cooker, and it's great for doing what we're doing right now. I was like, but if you wanted to cook a steak like fast and sear it off like you would cook on charcoal, it's just faster that way. It's just more in line with what people do and have done. It's like it doesn't make one bad or one good. It's just that's the way you do it.
Your preference.
That's just the way you do it.
Yeah.
Like you can try to sear one on the Traeger if you want. They added that hot plate, which is cool. Like there's a million ways to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the ironic thing is in that video, I was saying how pellet cookers have paved the way to the barbecue community growing to its size.
Oh, big time. Because nobody has to manage a fire.
No, and that was the hardest thing when I was coming up is fire management. The
pits are way better though. Huh? The pits are way better though.
Cooking flavor wise?
Oh no, just the way it holds heat and the way the air moves. Like now,
but it comes down to what's the outcome? Do you want to learn how to cook a brisket? Because I can teach you how to cook a brisket on anything in the friggin' ground if that's what you want to do.
We should try that. We'll dig the hole in your yard.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. But the pellet cookers, you don't have to worry about the temperature. You don't have to worry about how much, how big a log is that I need to put on, how much moisture is in the log, what's the timing, temperature spikes, temperature drops, staying up overnight. Like that was the point we were making in the video.
Sure.
At least as far as I can remember.
Well, if you put toe to toe, something smoked on a Traeger and something smoked on your El Rey, they're going to be very different.
Yes. 100%.
The crust is going to be different. The flavor is going to be different.
100%.
And how you quantify that is only if you've done it. So it's not a knock on anybody. Yeah. It's just they're different.
Right. But I will say this. That Traeger XL.
It gets it, man.
They addressed the problem there.
I mean, Traeger to Traeger, mine virtually is smokeless compared to yours.
Yes.
And you're cooking at sometimes higher temperatures. I mean, I'm on super smoke and I'm looking for smoke.
And the bark that XL threw
with
the smoke
ring,
it was
good.
Like they're figuring some shit out.
No, it was impressive. I might need to upgrade.
I was thinking about this yesterday. The guys on the internet, because I feel like I'm freaking France or Sweden or whoever. I'm in the middle.
Switzerland.
Like I'm Switzerland.
I'm neutral.
I got one side's like, how dare you?
You're not going to join NATO.
How dare you cook on that electric bake oven? Do not edit this up to say that shit for whoever's going to be cutting this up. But, how dare you cook on an easy bake oven? Sticks for life. And it's always the guys out of Texas.
Yeah.
And usually the real motherfuckers out of Texas don't talk like that.
Yeah.
It's always the guys that can't cook.
They get it. Staying up all night feeding a fire sucks.
It sucks, and I've done it many times. But my point is it's always the motherfucker that's the loudest is most of the time the motherfucker that can't cook at all, or is just so stubborn.
Or if they'd listen to what we're saying,
they can't listen.
They could learn.
They're busy chirping
how to cook a little bit.
I remember I was at a cook-off in Texas, and I actually got I was a Reserve Grand or something like that. This was years ago, KCBS, when they were first moving over there. The guys next to me, I don't know if you've ever been to Texas and saw their cookers. Like these motherfuckers will put everything on a cooker, and I absolutely love them for it. Kegs.
Oh yeah, anything.
Sinks.
Yeah.
And then Pitmaker came along and made them look fucking badass. But anyway, this was an oil field. Everybody's oil field down in Texas back in the day.
Yeah.
So, they're dragging a 20-foot flatbed up here with every kind of cooker known to man welded to this bitch by somebody that really probably shouldn't be welding,
But it'll hold.
But it works. And I kicked the shit out of these guys. And they stayed up all night partying, the whole thing. And the next day when we were leaving, one of their friends was drunk. I mean, belligerent drunk. And laughing at his buddy how he got beat by a guy with 2 Webers. Me.
Yeah.
And I was like, in my head, I go, that's the guy on the internet that's going, stick burners for life.
Yeah.
Ride or die.
Out there rusting in his yard.
Yeah. And I'm like, hey, man, it really doesn't matter. Just cook on whatever. It does, and that's just it. It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, you could say what you want to say. Like, if you look at what we've cooked on everything.
And I've won on everything.
Yeah.
Too. I've won on pellet cookers.
We cooked on that Weber for weeks and weeks, and we had breakfast on it.
Yeah,
We made we did everything on that thing. Anyway,
so for the record,
bury the hatchet.
I don't hate pellet cookers. I actually have 3 of them, 4 of them if you count my FE. Which, by the way,
golly,
come
we got
on, man.
the FE and the we need to get that old hickory in the mix.
Yeah,
the old hickory could solve a lot of our problems.
No, it can. Oh man, I was gonna see if you'd help me pull that over there and
put it in my car so I could take it.
It won't fit in your car.
It will fit. For sure, it will.
Well, you try picking it up, then we need to move that. Let's do that. Why don't you come over one night? We're not moving it to your house.
Yeah, we should. I'd use it.
You
I'd love it.
You hipsters don't have natural gas in your house.
I don't. I'd have to get a line, but I could pick off the fireplace, so I do have that now.
Oh, and people say those are cheating too. And that most of the restaurants most of the barbecue restaurants, period, usually have that.
You need to watch the Netflix barbecue, the Chef's Table barbecue thing.
Yeah. The
guy out in New Zealand who there is not an ignition source in his restaurant other than fire.
Good for him.
Oh God, it's insane.
Yeah.
We got to watch that one.
The other side of that is Oilers, J&R Oilers. That was not my very first pit, but I had the J&R Little Red Smokehouse. Mine was black. They have a red version. But my very first pit I ever ran was a J&R, an Oiler rotisserie. And it's so funny. Some of the people I know in Texas go, well, that's the only one that's allowed. And I'm like, why is that? And they're like, because it's all wood. And I'm like, yeah, they still got gas lines to them, dipshit. You know that, right? But, you can't fix stupid. So with that being said, cook on whatever the freaking heck you want to cook on. I don't hate pellet cookers. And I feel like
it'd be hard to do if you had to.
I don't even know why I just said that, because anybody that knows me, watches our content, consumes our content, knows that's the truth. So scratch that from the record. If you're one of those haters out there, whatever. Like I heard Joe Rogan say, was it Joe Rogan? It was on his podcast. You'll never meet a hater doing better. No, it was dude that runs everywhere.
Oh, David Goggins.
David Goggins.
He's probably running right now.
He said, you will never meet a hater doing better than you. And I thought, there's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah.
So.
A lot of truth.
All right, man. I want to thank everybody for watching. If you love what we're doing, smash that subscribe button, ring that bell. Remember when I used to say that?
Oh, don't I?
Share this with a friend, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.